Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream on YouTube. I've just come off and finished live streaming on TikTok, and now we're here on YouTube, continuing the true story, true crime of the missing Beaumont children. Just bring my friends in from Instagram. Hey Goose. Goose, the dog is upstairs. Hello, hello. I'm just sharing it out. Now, it's still a mystery to this day, 58 years on. The true crime, well, of the missing children, it is believed that it was a crime, an abduction of the three siblings at the time in 1966. Hey, Goose. I'm just going to bring it out on. Hello, hello. Where's everyone? Hello, welcome in. Let us know where you're from. We're in Brisbane here. That's where we're based, Brisbane, Australia. We're just going to talk about the true crime, unsolved missing persons case of the three siblings. We also have a spirit box where we speak with the spirits. Sometimes we do get true crime victim spirits come through, or even the perpetrators' spirits. Because this is a mystery that's been going for 58 years in Australia, of the missing Beaumont children, the siblings. Hello to everyone. Please let us know where you're from. I will start talking about this true unsolved missing persons true crime. So we've just done a live on TikTok. I've just finished there. So I may have some of our friends or subscribers or followers from TikTok, but newcomers are welcome here. And also, if you wish to subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, please do. And you'll get notified when we go live next. So let's look at the missing children case of the Beaumont children. Hello to everyone, welcome. Yeah, let's begin. You can let us know where you're from. You can put it in the chat here. Okay, so let's just start with the Beaumont children. There's also a link between another missing persons case that happened in 1973 of two children in that same area in South Australia. All right, so we start with, okay, so now there's also an officer by the name of Grant Stevens. He says, Beaumont children mystery less likely to be solved as time goes on. Now, the mother and father of the children, they passed away, but that doesn't mean that the case is closed of the missing Beaumont children. That's still continuing. That's okay, people can watch. and listen. Okay, so the likelihood of solving the case of the missing Beaumont children, one of South Australia's most enduring mysteries, lessens every year, the State Police Commissioner says at the time. So Jane, Anna and Grant Beaumont went missing on Australia Day 1966, and the case remains unsolved. Oh, hello Marshall, how are you going? Hi. Their father passed away on April the 9th, and their mother passed away in 2019. South Australia's Police Commissioner Grant Stevens says the case remains open, but the likelihood of solving it lessens every year. Jane, 9, her sister Anna, 7, and their brother Grant, 4, were last seen leaving their beachside home at Somerton Park for a day at Glenelg Beach on January 26, 1966. Their father, Grant Alfred Beaumont, passed away on April 9 this year, aged 97. Oh, wow. Wow, he lived a very long time, but yeah, he passed away as well, not knowing what happened to, their children. He'd been having lots of blackouts. On Wednesday, Police Commissioner Grant Stevens said Mr. Beaumont carried the burden of never knowing his children's fate. It's a very sad set of circumstances, and there's still speculation as to whether the children may or may not be alive. Now, there is a picture of the siblings. I could show you that. Let's go down. Yeah, okay, there's the 3 siblings at the time, 1966. They're the Beaumont siblings. And the composite sketch of the suspect. Now, composite sketch of the suspect at the time, they said he was a man of slim build, quite tall. He had a slim face. That's a composite picture. Yeah, so that's that one there. And let's go back to the actual story behind it all. So, yeah, it happened in 1966. Let's go. Yeah, so the father of the children only just passed at age 97. So he lived a long time in the hope that he would find out, something about his children. So the case is still open, and they will continue to do reviews, and they'll assess any further information that is brought to, the police and federal police. Now, the last significant investigation into the Beaumont children case involved a dig at North Plympton factory in 2018. It's not so long ago. The task was prompted by 2 brothers who told police they had dug a hole at the site for the deceased businessman Harry Phipps. Now, Harry Phipps is a prime suspect at the time. Now, he was a wealthy man who owned a factory. So 1966, I think he was questioned by police, but he was never charged. He was a person of interest in the case, but not a police suspect. Wow, not even a suspect? He was a person of interest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where everyone is. That's really strange. I thought I would have... Oh, we had 20 people and then they all disappeared. I hope we got some subscriptions out of that. Yeah, it's only you, isn't it? Where is everyone? I am sharing it, but they're not seeming to come in. I had to start a bit later from TikTok because I had my kids chatting away here. I'll see if I can put... It's just Marshall. And where's Mr. G? He's probably asleep. So you're having some blackouts there, Marshall? Oh, wow. Yeah. Because I missed one live the other night. When was it? Yesterday? Yeah. No, it was the other day. So I had 20 people and then they just all disappeared. Very strange. And I'm hoping that we got some subscriptions out of that. Oh, yeah. He's still in the blackout, okay. But you can send messages. You can go on TikTok and you can use your phone. Yeah. Yeah, we've got 2 people now. Hello, everyone. Please share the live. Come and listen to the true unsolved mystery case of missing children, of the Beaumont children. Some people don't know what this is about if you're from overseas. It did make world news at the time in 1966 of this abduction of 3 children, 3 siblings, who just went to the beach that day. Okay, so I'll read about the witnesses. What happened in 2018? There were 2 brothers who told police they had dug a hole at the site for the deceased businessman Harry Phipps. He was a person of interest in the case, but not a police suspect. The unearthing at the factory provided no useful information, but Commissioner Stevens said there remained a genuine desire to solve the case of the Beaumont children disappearance. At the time the children went missing, several witnesses told police they had seen them with a tall, thin-faced man with short blonde hair. A composite sketch of the suspect was released with hopes of identifying him. Volunteers helped police in what was the largest scale search in South Australia's history. Glenelg Beach was scoured, drains were flushed, and hundreds of witnesses came forward. Oh, yeah. Police put out a renewed call for information on the case in 2016, on the 50th anniversary of the children's disappearance. Wow. Their mother and Mr. Beaumont's former wife, Nancy Beaumont, they died on November 16th of 2009, aged 92. A funeral notice published last Saturday said Grant, also known as Jim, was reunited in heaven with his children. There is a picture of the missing Beaumont children. So there's a photograph of the children at the time. So this is 58 years ago, 1966. They just vanished off the face of the earth. Now there were witnesses, and they all came forward, and they said was the same thing, that they saw a tall, thin man, and with a thin face at the time, grabbing one of the children in his arms. I think the youngest. So the mother. Oh yeah, that's the mother there. Let's just show you. At the time, that was the mother. They no longer are alive. And shh, guys. We've got talkers over here. Okay. Spirits. Maybe the spirits can talk. Come on, spirits. Tell us your stories as well. Yes, yeah, so to this day, they've never found out what happened to the children. but the case is still open, even though the parents also have passed. But they lived a long life, maybe in the hope that, you know, there would be information about the whereabouts of their children, or at least if they had passed, find their bodies. Mm. Spirits, can you send us some more pictures, please? Hello, hello. Spirit talk. Okay, we're going to get the spirit box open. Spirits, can you talk to us? Just get that. I've got the spirit box on right now. Spirits, would you like to communicate with me? Yes, hello. Spirits, tell us. Do you know anything about what I've just talked about? The Beaumont children? See, because even the parents are passed, they may come through. We don't know. Okay, so I want to just grab more information about the Beaumont children. Yeah, so if you're joining of late, I want to show the pictures again. That was 1966. They were the three siblings that just went to the beach but never returned home. They vanished. This is in Australia. And this is the composite picture of the suspect, person who abducted them.
Ask me.
Hello, Spirit. Just ask me. Are you Darren then? You always say, just ask me. I think that's Darren, because I think he was about to say that. I think the spirit that always says, just ask me, is actually Darren. This sounds like his voice.
Checking it.
Yes. Wow. Okay, there is a clue, I reckon. Let's have a read of that.
Days for weeks.
Hey, spirits. You've been listening to our story time? Mm-hmm.
Our well-being.
Yep, no, keep talking, spirits. Were you listening to that true unsolved missing persons case? Yeah, of the Beaumont children? Talk to me, spirits. Oh, is your name Anthony? Hello.
Lily was.
Cool. Right, okay, here we go.
Just ask me.
Just ask me. Is that you, Darren? You keep saying that? Where's the dog? I don't know where the dog is. Okay. Yeah, so so the people of Australia have never stopped looking for the Beaumont children. It goes back to 1966. Yeah. So the siblings, their names: Jane, 9, Anna, 7, and Grant Jr., 4, disappeared without a trace on January 26, 1966. It changed the whole tenor of a nation. Parents who didn't think twice about letting their kids go out to play unsupervised, or in the Beaumont's case, hop on a bus for a 5-minute ride to the local beach, were suddenly terrified. And anyone who was around to absorb the shock of what happened never really got over it. not least because no one ever found out what exactly happened. Though investigators have certainly had their theories and found certain people of interest more interesting than others, the case remains open to this day. So after the Beaumont children went missing, we realised that children doing something as innocent as having a day at the beach may not be such a safe thing to do. The crime writer Michael Madigan, author of the 2016 book, The Missing Beaumont Children, 50 Years of Missing Beaumont Children, but it's actually now 58 years. That was in 2021. Okay. Anyway, there was a sense of safety that ended that day. It was the morning of Australia Day when Nancy Beaumont entrusted her reliably responsible eldest child, Jane, and in brackets she's got the brain of a girl of 15, her father later told reporters, with taking her younger siblings to nearby Glenelg Beach. And just the day before, they had made the short trip back from the beach to their home in the Adelaide suburb of Somerton Park on their own. Grant Jim Beaumont had taken his brood to the beach on January 25th, making sure they understood how far out they could swim and reminding them not to talk to strangers before he headed off to work, according to Madigan's book. The travelling linen salesman had to hit the road after 4 weeks of summer vacation, and his first stop after leaving the beach was Snowtown, about 93 miles away from Adelaide. The last memory of his children was a happy one. Oh, well. By all accounts of what happened on January 26, Jane, her sister Anna, and brother Grant left the house at 10 a.m. and were first spotted on the beach at 10:15 a.m. The trio was supposed to come back at 12 p.m., but when Nancy went to the bus stop to meet them, the kids weren't there. She wasn't too worried, though, figuring they just got caught up playing or decided to walk home. They lived less than a mile away from the beach. The next bus was due at 2 p.m. Wow, that's a long way off. So when 2:15 passed and the children still weren't back, Nancy started to worry. A friend who was over for a visit offered to drive her to the beach to look, but Nancy wanted to be home when the kids inevitably walked through the door. So that's the beach. We'll just show you that place, Glenelg. It's a lovely beach. Jim arrived, the husband, the father of the children, arrived just before 3 p.m, a day early from his sales trip. So he drove to Glenelg Beach to look for Jane, Anna and Grant Jr. Not spotting them in the crowd, he returned home, hoping they'll be there. At 5 p.m, the Beaumonts walked to the Glenelg police station to report their children missing. It says, I knew there was something wrong if they weren't home, Jim later recounted per Madigan. The thought going through my mind was that they had been taken away. Wow. Or they feared that they may have drowned too. Oh my goodness. What would eventually become one of the most haunting crimes in Australia's history started with the search of the Beaumonts' residence. Police wanting to rule out that the children weren't hiding. That night, Jim rode in a patrol car as they scanned Somerton Park and Glenelg, street by street. And when the cops dropped him off, he got back in his own car and kept looking. By morning, boats from the Sea Rescue Squadron had joined the search efforts. The airport and train stations were alerted and roadblocks were put up to monitor anyone driving in and out of the state of Adelaide. Police patrolled the streets with loudspeakers so that everyone could hear them asking if anyone had seen the Beaumont children. Wow. Taxi drivers got the word out. Jim, having been a former driver and therefore one of their own, and people of all ages, including members of Jane's Brownie troop, combed the area on foot. And naturally, reporters flocked to the family's house, and Jim addressed them mid-morning on January 28 from his back porch, Somebody must be holding them against their will. They would otherwise have come home by now, he said. It's a complete mystery. I can't understand it. My kids will be crying their eyes out. It's like a nightmare. Okay, this is a newspaper clipping. So it's a newspaper clipping right there. It's the three siblings. We have a cat on the premises. I just thought he's a bit of a distraction. He's going for a little hideout. He's gone behind the TV cabinet. That's not Archie. That's Noah. Yeah, Noah the cat. Let's get back to that. Yeah, so that's a newspaper clipping of the 1966 abduction of the three children. Hello, spirits. Who's speaking right now? Sometimes we get spirits that come in after story time, and if they could be even maybe the victim spirits. We don't know. Only if they let us know. Anyway, yes, spirits. Within 24 hours of the kids' disappearance, people were already inundating the Glenelg place with tips and insistence that a solitary, abandoned flip-flop or towel had to be a clue. The bus driver on the beach route told police he remembered the children getting on his 10:10 a.m. bus on January 26. There is another cat. That's our cat, Archie, as well. So you would have seen the redhead cat. Now we've got the tabby, grey tabby. That's Archie. Yes, we've got lots of pets here. Haunted house, cats, and also dogs. Hey, Archie. Hello. Yeah, no. Oh, no, there's 3 people. I see 3 there. No, it's fine. It's all right. I had to start a bit late because I had a lot of people talking up here before. Eventually, it was determined that the 3 kids had gone to Wenzel's Bakery near the beach at around noon. And Jane bought pasties and a meat pie for their lunch. She paid with a £1 note that her mother knew she did not give her. Their neighbourhood postman, meanwhile, told authorities that he saw the kids that afternoon, holding hands and laughing while on his route. But he couldn't remember if it was at 1:45 p.m. when he got started or 2:55 p.m. when he was finishing up. The next morning, January 27, the mailman told police he was pretty sure it was closer to 3 p.m. Oh, well. We had one phone for the main police station. That's all we had. And people were queuing up to give statements and what have you. And we only had a sergeant and 4 men there. And one of the original detectives in the case recalled to Australia's ABC News in 2018, they were just snowed under. And by the time you interviewed people and typed up their reports and everything, it was just one of those things where you could only do your best. We still had our own work going on. There was still crime being committed in Glenelg. And that is a composite picture of the perpetrator of the crime. Now, this is what witnesses saw, and that's pretty accurate with a lot of people that were witnesses and saw the children with this man. This was 1966. So the police didn't have the technology that they have now, DNA matching and things like that. But yeah, so there was a prime suspect. Well, he was a person of interest. He was a very wealthy man, and he was a factory owner, and he was also known by police because he had acted inappropriately with other women, or no, not women, they were young girls that worked for him or something. Yeah. Amid the glut of ultimately unhelpful information, police heard from the multiple witnesses who said they saw Jane, Anna, and Grant Jr. playing on the beach with a tall, thin-faced blonde man who looked to be in his 30s. They seemed to know him, or at least were willingly hanging out with him. But that was that. Weeks after her children vanished, Nancy told reporters, "I don't think they're alive, but I haven't lost hope, and all I want is that they come back." A year after that, however, she had put more stock in hope. "The longer this goes on, the more confident I feel that they are still alive," she said in February 1967 interview. "Do you know, I dreamed about them last night. I don't usually dream. In fact, this is the first real dream I've had since the children went. But last night, I dreamt I heard a knock on the back door. It was the children. They said, 'Hello, Mum.' The only thing I said was, 'Where have you been?' And they were standing there in the back lobby. I cried and felt them all over. Do you know, it's the first dream I've had." This is the mother having a dream of them. Now, when a person passes, like when my parents passed, they have come into my dream. So when they come into your dream, most likely, I reckon they must have passed. The Beaumont...
Completely free.
Completely free. Okay, spirits. Well, that's... Wow, the spirit just said completely free. The Beaumont mystery would collide with another, however, on August 25, 1973, when Joanne Ratcliffe, 11, and Kirsty Gordon, 4, age 4, disappeared from a soccer match at the Adelaide Oval. So that's a picture of the girl. So now there's a link. 1966, the Beaumont siblings go missing. Then 1973, around that area in South Australia, this girl goes missing with another girl, a friend. Yeah. These are a long time ago. The case is still open. Oh. Okay. So there's a picture, and I think it goes on. So Joanne was there with her parents, and Kirsty was sitting next to them. These are the two girls now in 1973, with her grandmother. According to multiple news accounts of that day, Joanne volunteered to take Kirsty to the bathroom, and since the game was in the middle of a play period, no going to the bathroom during the more crowded breaks was one of the Ratcliffe's rules. Her parents said okay. There was no issue, but when the two girls went again during the third quarter, they didn't return to their seats. Witnesses recalled to police seeing the girls with a skinny-faced man who looked about 40, according to a 2020 examination of the Beaumont disappearance. What's that noise? Oh, I better see what's going on here.
You know.
Uh-oh. Noah. What is wrong? Noah, you okay? Uh-oh. That's not good, Noah. Okay. Oh, I better... Yeah, I've got to finish up, I think. One of the cats has made a mess. Oh, there's hello, cat. Is that Cat Minzy? How you going? The cat, Noah, has just... Yeah, she's made a mess. I might have to finish.
When we go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, wow, spirits, okay. Yeah, so I was talking about 1973, so there is a connection. Yeah, hello. Yes, you did. You passed away, Spirit. I said, did he pass? So witnesses record to police seeing the girls with a skinny-faced man who looked about 40, according to a 2020 examination of the Beaumont disappearance and possibly related cases by Australia's news.com.au. The little, oh, here we go. There's a nice photo of the little 4-year-old. Yeah, no, it's actually vomit. Yeah, I've got to go and clean it. Pretty messy, but that's a little 4-year-old. So there is a connection between the 1973 and the 1966 disappearance of children, the Beaumont children, 1966, and then this 4-year-old girl with another girl in the same area. You know, they were at a soccer match with their parents. Anthony Kilmartin, who was 13 when Joanne and Kirsty disappeared, had been selling drinks and candy at the Oval. Per the 2020 report, he told police he saw a man pick up the younger child and start carrying her towards the stadium gates, while the older one ran after them. The man then grabbed the older girl's arm and pulled her along. The child was crying. Sue Laurie, who was 14 and had mistaken what she witnessed for a fraught parent-child moment, remembered to Adelaide radio station 5AA or AA in 1998. And a second girl who looked a few years younger than me was running after the man, thumping him and punching into him and shouting, "We want to go back." Oh. The last report of sight of the girls or their apparent abductor came from a man who said he drove past a trio less than 2 miles away from the stadium about 90 minutes after the other sighting. Noticing that the older child seemed to be in distress, the motorist pulled over. He reconsidered, though, and decided not to interfere. He drove away. Oh, man. The sketch, derived from all the witness accounts from the Adelaide Oval abductions, boasted a startling resemblance to the suspect sketch from the disappearance of the Beaumont children 7 years prior. But both cases would only grow colder. No one could imagine the torment those parents went through. Yeah. So the Beaumont children, the parents, they lived a long life. I think in the hope that, that their kids would be found, or at least something, maybe their remains. Hello, good evening, spirits. So Nancy passed away. Now that's the mother. Oh, they actually separated afterwards. Oh, so the Beaumont parents, they separated in the early 70s. Nancy passed away in September 2019 at the age of 92. Jim, 96, was still living in Adelaide as of last year. Oh, wow. There you go. And reminiscent of other cases such as that of the 3-year-old Madeleine McCann. Oh, well, that's not related to that. But yeah. Wow. So yeah, it's still unsolved, still a mystery, but the police are still keeping that as an open case, even though the parents have passed, of the Beaumonts. That's right. Yes, and I've got to go and clean that floor before the other animals go and make more mess. I know, this is such a sad case. So very sad, and yeah, it's still open, an open case. But one of the person of interest was that guy who was a wealthy man. He was actually married too. Yeah. But he's also gone. He passed. Yeah. So oh gosh. Okay. Yeah, I've got to leave. All right. So yes, the joys of pets. Okay. So I'll have to leave, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a little bit slow here on YouTube because I missed one day of live streaming. I think that's what it was. So hopefully we'll get more people in tomorrow. I'll continue after TikTok. Yeah, so have a great night or good morning wherever anyone in the world is watching. And I'll see you tomorrow. So tomorrow, Wednesday on TikTok, we have music and singing. So come in and see us on TikTok as well. And we're also on Instagram. Thank you so much. Okay, bye for now. Bye.